I never knew you at all, did I? I never even knew you. Why me?
Left to fend for himself alone, being disconnected from Cecil, his mother, and now Amber, Mark falls into a carefully set trap, and now he must confront his fears. His father.
I am your father.
Is he really all alone? Nolan is no longer the cold killer back in Season 1. The Viltrumite abandoning his post, his mission to enslave Earth, but like Vegeta, it's now an arc for redemption.
That's my...
Before we begin, check out my Season 2 episodic breakdowns and be sure to hit the like button and subscribe to be notified in everything in the world of...
Invincible.
But a new family? Who this?
You gotta be fucking kidding me.
A Thraxan grasshopper wife, and he's conceived a baby Thanos?
My baby Thanos, and...
Back on Earth, the Mauler twins are back at it again, ruthless to each other as ever. Eve faces off with her old foe, and Donald starts to unravel the truth about his existence. Episode 4, The Return of Omni-Man. It's been a while. Omni-Man abandoning his post, conflicted with his morals for the love of family and the pride of the Viltrum Empire. Taken straight from the comics, he had two choices, one to enslave Earth following his mission, and the other to leave, and doing so, his flesh and blood mark. We see one of the choices play out at the start of the season, when Omni-Man and
Invincible
joined forces.
And if you still think you can stop us?
Almost playing parallels to Debbie, as when Nolan left Earth. We see his dark descent as the avalanche covers up his soul.
I stepped into an avalanche. It covered up my soul.
Approaching a black hole to be consumed, and we see Debbie later on the verge of ending it all, just before Omni-Man sees a purpose and saves a group of stray Thraxans from certain death.
Oh, God.
Now, welcomed as a hero, a benevolent leader, and not a vicious conqueror, so the man has changed.
You've changed.
After Mark recreates the Arthur meme, with all the suffering and pain Nolan had caused, the father and son embrace with a hug, and that's what men do.
Hug it out, bitch. That is what men say to each other after a fight.
The next shocking revelation, Nolan has a Thraxan wife, as well as a rapidly growing Thraxan son, who is Mark's half-brother.
What the fuck is going on?
With Nolan being a pure-blood Viltrumite, it's a violation that he crossbred, as this weakens the Viltrumite bloodline. Calling on Mark, dragging him halfway across the universe to help Thraxa, as the Viltrum Empire would never accept Nolan's choices, and then plan to wipe out the planet. Now, in the comics, his half-brother, Oliver Grayson, taking on more of the Viltrumite DNA, just as Mark did. He is taken to Earth after the Thraxa attack, to live with Debbie, later becoming Kid Omni-Man. Back on Earth, Debbie is wandering aimlessly after being shunned from the support group with the song Olympus. As Debbie struggles to come to terms with her unhealthy relationship and turmoil she has gone through, on the verge of suicide, ready to burn, visiting Nolan's grave with the words, "Loving husband." Now, Nolan is no John Wick, as he's out doing his own thing. Debbie now in the fourth stage of grief after experiencing denial, anger, bargaining, and now depression. The Mauler twins are back. After the explosion following Levy's experiment, the surviving OG disfigured Mauler creates a new clone of himself. With a hierarchy now in place, this is a deal breaker for the clone. The original Mauler poisoned like King Joffrey from the Game of Thrones, as you win or you die when you play the Game of Thrones.
When you play the Game of Thrones, you win or you die.
Back at Guardians HQ, Adam Eve is woken up by a recurring C-list villain, Kill Cannon, who steals Robot's power source, reminiscent of Iron Man's arc reactor, battling on a bridge when things go awry, and the young heroine's arrogance leads to two elderly bystanders falling off the bridge. Eve attempts to save the couple, reminiscent of Peter and Spider-Man, but it seems like her good work keeps on going wrong. The news of Nolan's treachery has reached the Empire, and cut to Thraxa, the Viltrumites have arrived, and it's no longer Alan's season.
Wabbit season! Wabbit season! Duck season, sire!
Mark gets Andressa and his half-brother to safety into a cave and learns of her lover story to his father, before Lucian, the elite Viltrumite leader, arrives and offers Mark a choice: to join the Empire if he can prove his power. Mark battles to protect his dad's family before being overwhelmed in a dire moment. Omni-Man arrives and disembowels. The other two soldiers have had a field day with slaughter of the Thraxan race, while Nolan struggles to manage the feelings he gained from living on Earth.
I'm not supposed to feel this way!
A brutal battle later, Nolan reminds Mark to embrace his Viltrumite genetics and stop pulling his punches.
You have no idea what I'm capable of.
Mark is hesitant to initiate the final blow, but Omni-Man sure isn't. No wonder he's in mortal combat, as he's already fought off a variant of Melina. But he missed to execute Lucian and brutally pays the consequences.
I think if you're going to kill someone, kill them. Don't stand there talking about it.
Now with the GDA, Donald becomes suspicious following Debbie's reaction, and decides to do some digging, starting by paying Debbie a visit. Then revisiting the surveillance house used to monitor Omni-Man. You know, before... Amongst the rubble, he finds his own glasses, confirming his suspicions, then uncovering the surveillance tape on the day that he died. He visits the bathroom and takes drastic steps to confirm his being. At first, the pain and blood. However, like in Terminator, he's not quite human. At home, Debbie goes through the family album when she is visited by Art, played by the one and only Mark Hamill. Art reminds Debbie that she is the hero in this story. Even being powerless, she helped cover Nolan's shortcomings and helped the Earth not to be enslaved, helping her with her grief going through the final stage. Acceptance, being able to truly move on, putting Nolan's belongings to the curb, which includes Omni-Man's adventures in his collection of novels. Mark is left brutally beaten after the Viltrum attack, and with Lucian calling out for the Empire to whisk Nolan away to face his injustice for betraying his race. Parallel to how Mark was left back in Season 1, his father leaving him behind, blooded. But before he leaves, a clue for Mark to how to defeat the Viltrum army.
My books. Read my books, Mark.
Before General General Kregg, played by Clancy Brown, bestows his father's mission onto Mark. He will be the new agent of Earth, and if he refuses to prepare them for a peaceful conquest...
Oh, then the same thing's gonna happen to you that happened to the donut shop, the yogurt shop, the pretzel store. All fall before the House of Hoop.
All will fall to the House of Viltrum. Kregg, a general in his rank, thousands of years old, and survivor of the Great Purge, sporting a cybernetic eye, after losing it due to the Scourge virus, which was created by Thaddeus, part of the Coalition. Now with a mid-season break, continuing the story in the new year, we're left asking who is left to protect Earth? With Cecil in the lab developing a weapon to enable a sonic attack, are the ingredients listed in Nolan's comic books the man with the invincible gun, as we saw Alan's race and robot use a weapon of dark energy to fend off against the Viltrum? There is also the Viltrum-Thraxan hybrid. Oliver Grayson is on the hit list, or is he the secret weapon Mark needs? Watch out in episode 5, which I will be doing a full breakdown on. Thanks for watching. If you're enjoying the content, be sure to check out my other videos on the channel, and don't forget to like and subscribe.